Hey Bears fans, Cam for 15 back with another video for you guys. These guys are pathetic. On your 100th year, the Bears last year have one of the best NFL seasons that any NFL team could have. And then guess what happens? They go to the playoffs wild card, and ever since that wild card loss, it's been going down. I'm just going to say this. Playoff chances are done. We're not in the hunt anymore. We needed to win tonight's game. We should have won tonight's game. I'm going to get to that in a second. But I'm just going to go on this little talk for a second. This team was a Super Bowl favorite. We were told that we would have a much better year than what we had last year. Matt Nagy offense 2.0. One of the best, going to be projected one of the best offense in the league with one of the best defenses in the league. And what did we get? Pathetic, horrible offense the entire year. You know, defense played good to average this year. You know, after this game, this really actually felt like this is week 17, and this is it. This is the end. If you ask me, do I want to watch another Bears game this year? No, I don't. But you want to know something else? I still got to come on YouTube and talk about these guys because I need to see some improvement, or improvement from the players alone. Tonight's loss might have been this might be the game that sets us back for years. And when I mean years, it might set us back for another 5 to 10 years. And it's a damn shame to say it. And all because 2017 NFL Draft. We traded up to get Mitchell Trubisky. And what happens? Like 3 minutes left to go in the game or something like that. Guess what happens? Chase Daniels is out on the field. Trubisky on the sideline. Now, on Twitter, the report says Trubisky injury update. Hip injury. If he has a hip injury, he would not even be freaking standing right now. He'd probably be sitting, he'd probably be in the freaking locker room right now getting treated or getting it looked at. But no, he's walking around fine. And they showed something on the sideline looking like he was crying. I'm going to get to that at the end of this video. Because I have to say something about that, which I need to say something about that. But let's get into this recap game, because, you know, I'm going to get this over with, and then we'll get to the Trubisky talk. So the Bears lose 17-7. This game, as the thumbnail will say, Bears lose because of missed opportunities. The game started out really good. We moved down the field pretty easy on the very first drive. We're on 4th down. 48-yard field goal. Okay. Eddie Pinheiro comes out. Misses it. Wide left. When I saw that, I knew something was wrong. Something, I just had a feeling like, please, not tonight. Please let this not be the night where things go from bad to worse. As the game progressed, it went from bad to worse. First defensive series. We make Todd Gurley fumble. We get 3 now in the red zone, but we go for it on 4th down. We don't convert on the 4th down because frickin' our receivers this entire game did not want to catch the ball. And I gotta say this. One thing I gotta say is this. Trubisky, if this is your last game in a Bears jersey, he went out in style. He didn't do anything. He didn't have anything miraculously to do tonight. But he, by far, in my opinion, he played his best game of the season. That says a lot. And he only put up 7 points on the board? Now, I'll get to that later. Then, we get the ball back again after, I think, another turnover. We get back in the red zone. And Andy Pinero misses another field goal. Wide right. After that, I knew, ever since he missed that game-winning field goal attempt against the Chargers where we missed it, his mind was all messed up. And his mind's messed up for the rest of the season, too. So, Eddie Pinero, you're done. Think they signed him to like a one-year deal or something like that. So, guess what? He's gone. He's done. So, that's another Bears player you can ship out of here. Another Bears player you can ship out of here. Please. Trey Burton. IR? He literally did nothing for us this year. He can get the hell off this team, too. No tight end production whatsoever. He can go too, along with some of the other players that can go. Again, this offense, and I'm just going to talk phases. This offense was literally inept for the first half. And it's the same exact crap I've been seeing since from week 1 to now. It hasn't changed. And I'm sick and tired of this. Going scoreless for another entire half again. Because guess what? Our offense can't do nothing. One is bad play calling. One is people not executing. One time it's your quarterback. And another time it's receiver, our offensive line not blocking. And then another time it's running backs not doing anything. And then third is receivers dropping passes. As you can see, I'm clearly pissed because, one, I'm actually done with this team. I said I was done weeks ago, but I'm done because, you know what? This game was a culmination of everything that this Bears team has been frustrating us about this entire year as Bears fans. Let's get into the second half of the offense. First drive on, first drive on the frickin', we get to we touch the ball. We go down the field and score a touchdown. Phenomenal drive. Even a better throw by Trubisky to make Tariq Cohen make that great catch, to score, to get us back in this game 10-7. And after that, that's it. You want to know why? Matt Nagy's inequipped play calling. I swear, Matt Nagy, for the longest time in the second half, I swear, when it came to play calling after that touchdown, he was a legit garbage. Garbage. Horrid. It made me want to throw up. There was like 3 straight times there was 3 straight times on 3 different drives. 3 straight different drives. It was 3rd down and 1. What does Nagy do? Pass the ball on those 3rd downs and 1s. Instead of running it. And the one time we do decide to run another 3rd down and 1, we run a freaking pistol option play that the offense has not even ran. Get the hell out of here. When I saw that, that was by far the worst play call this year, and that was the definition of this entire play calling this year. Matt Nagy needs to hand the play calling over to Mark Helfrich or Doug Regani, and we'll see what they can do. Matt Nagy's been awful, and when I saw that option play, that was by far the worst play call this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That was by far the worst. That was the definition of this year. That was the definition of this year when it came to the play calling. Just BS, stupid, and idiotic play calling. There's no excuses, Matt Nagy. There's no excuses. I'm not gonna listen to this stupid man or this man give this stupid bullshit. And excuse my language. And another press conference saying, no, just say your play calling bad. Not giving the ball to David Montgomery when it's 3rd down and 1. Please, spare me the false thing. And then guess what? At the end of the game, he has the audacity, as much as I did not like Trubisky at all, and how much I've been saying they need to bench him now before anything else, he benches Trubisky with like 3 minutes left to go in the dang game. Please don't tell me that was an insult to injury. Listen, I'm going to talk about the Trubisky possible benching, but that was just an insult to injury. The fact that he finally, he finally took Trubisky out of the game and benched him. Finally. He finally did it with 3 minutes left to go in the Rams game. And I don't want to hear that BS saying, well, the season's done. No, I'll say that when I get to the Trubisky stuff. I will say that when I get to the Trubisky stuff. But overall, the offense, D-. They honestly deserve an F. D-. But I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give them a D-. They were pathetic. Let's get to special teams first things first. F again for special teams. On one special teams play, which was a punt, we had a stupid holding and a stupid, unsportsmanlike conduct on Cordell Patterson for taking off his helmet on the field. The hell are you doing? Play smart, idiots. And then Eddie Pinheiro, just when we thought we found our kicker, oh no, he misses 2 freaking field goals today. You don't know what another thing that was an insult to injury? When we scored the touchdown, he actually kicked the PAT right down the middle. And you want to know what another crazy thing is? When the Rams kicker went to make a field goal attempt and put them up 3-0, he just barely made it. Barely made it. Literally on the tip of my finger, this close. I need to drink some water to cool down real quick. Yeah, Eddie Pinheiro, you're gone. If not, at least gets 1 more year. But my goodness, I'm tired and sick of seeing Bears kickers come in here and miss kicks. At this point, the Bears shouldn't even employ a kicker and should go on it for every 4th down. So the special teams, they deserve an F. Eddie Pinheiro hasn't been the same since his game-winning miss against the Chargers. Please. Do a dang job. And then I see on Twitter, apparently, they're doing like some shuffle dance on social media. Huh? So that's what you're doing in practice. Instead of kicking the ball, you're dancing around, prancing around like little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in overcast skies and, prancing around being all happy. But you're over here in LA missing kicks. Jesus, at some point I thought there was a chance where Nagy was going to lose trust in him. He probably already has. And then the defense. Other than the last drive, they let the last touchdown up to the Rams, and then the one big play that they let Cooper Kupp almost score a touchdown off of. That was really it from the negatives. The defense played really good. And for the most part, till that last, touchdown the defense gave up, they shut out the Rams pretty good. And that was the defense I honestly loved and saw. Now, if the offense would have helped them out and, got the opportunities, from what the defense was doing, we would have came back and won this game. And personally, we should have won this game. There was a point in this game where it was, like I said, 10-7. And I had a feeling those missed field goal kicks will come back to bite us in the butt. And it sure did. We would have been up 13-10. Basically, maybe the entire second half. Who knows if the Rams score the touchdown if we're still up 13-10? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But the fact that the Bears in the second half did not have one long drive after that first touchdown to at least give the defense a little bit of a rest break. I guess you can say that last touchdown isn't all on the defense because they were probably gassed. But yeah. And then I saw a tweet, and this is shifting to the Mitchell Trubisky stuff. And let me see if I can actually find this tweet. Let me actually see if I can find this tweet. Because this tweet actually stood out a lot. And I mean a lot. Because, it's just something. It's just something. This one tweet by a fellow Bears fan says this: Goff and Trubisky are very similar in my eyes, except for one key thing. Goff has the potential to make a big play here and there, and on occasion can carry the offense. Trubisky can do neither. Now, some of that's due to Matt Nagy's inept play calling and terrible play calling at best. But sometimes it's just Mitchell Trubisky's playing. If Chase Daniels starts next week against the New York Giants, all I gotta say is this, Bears fans. You might want to throw your Trubisky jerseys in the garbage or do something else or sell them for crying out loud. Because I think tonight might be the last time we see Mitchell Trubisky. Not only playing for the Bears, but the last time we see Mitchell Trubisky in a Bears jersey. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you're a Bears fan, somehow late to the program and not have seen it yet, Mitchell Trubisky got benched with like 3 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the game. Something like that. It was around that time. I don't know exactly what time it was, but around that time. And Mitchell Trubisky was not in the game. Chase Daniels was on the game. I was actually making my thumbnail for the video because after the Rams scored the last touchdown, I knew it was game over. But, Al Michaels basically said, oh, and here's an interesting move. Chase Daniels is in the game. And I'm like, Chase Daniels is in the game? I go back to the feed on my laptop. They show a little cut to Nagy having a discussion with Trubisky. I don't know if you're reading his eyes or not, in Trubisky's eyes. Matt Nagy was talking to him, had the play sheet over his, head, but his left side was showing. Matt Nagy was having a discussion with Mitchell Trubisky. And this is just from my opinion, from what I saw. It looked like Trubisky was sad, and it looks like he was about to cry. They showed him on the sideline one more time, and the eyelids around his eyes were all red. Like looking like he was about to burst out into tears. Now, one can say for a matter of fact this. 1, he finally got benched. 2, his time in Chicago was over, and Matt Nagy probably gave him the talk to be like, look, kid, it just didn't work out. I'm going to start this off. If Trubisky is benched, and it's looking like he might actually be benched, and his time, well, I've been saying this for the past 4 or 5 weeks, that his time is ticking. If he's going to be benched by next week, his time is up. I'm never an advocate for people losing their jobs. I really am not. And yes, is it sad to see? Yes. But at the same time, you got to say this. Trubisky didn't do his job by stepping up and playing better. So he can only blame himself for not taking advantage of the opportunity he was given to help this team out. That's all I got to say for that. As regards to, me feeling any sincerity for him, he was given an opportunity. Not only by the Bears, he was not only given an opportunity by the McCaskies, he was given an opportunity, and probably for whatever dumb reason Ryan Pace had, Ryan Pace gave him a chance, and he believed in him. And guess what? It flopped. It didn't work out. Now, all I just got to say is this. The Bears did not, and I made a tweet about this, the Bears messed up. They messed up big time. The 2017 draft. Ryan Pace and the Bears are really Ryan Pace. He trades up to draft Mitchell Trubisky, an unproven quarterback from North Carolina that only had 13 career starts in college. Yet, you had Deshaun Watson sitting there, who had more than enough starts in college. He played Alabama in 2 national championship games, took him to the limit, lost one time, still took him to the limit, but won the other time, literally with 13 seconds left to go in that game to win the national championship for Clemson. And you're telling me you want Trubisky over Deshaun Watson, and yes, Deshaun Watson got blown out today by the Ravens. But please, don't lie to me. Deshaun Watson on the Texans, where he is right now, is no better, would be in no better place than he was on the Bears. The Texans do not have a good O-line. Same thing like the Bears. The Texans' running game is okay, but it's nothing to be good about. The Bears' are probably running game is slightly better. You know, receivers, with the exception of DeAndre Hopkins, is slightly better. The defense, personally, in my opinion, is phenomenally more better than the Texans. Do not lie to me. The Texans and the Bears are almost exactly identical in the same team. One draft pick. One missed draft pick. Despite the Adam Shaheen draft pick, all the other bad signings Ryan Pace has made, the biggest one thing is he messed up on the quarterback. And if we had Deshaun Watson, despite the problems we're having this year, guess what? I'd feel much better position knowing that we have a future Hall of Fame quarterback, a future Bears Hall of Fame quarterback in Deshaun Watson than we have now. Now that Trubisky is our quarterback, and he will not be our quarterback next year, that is a given after tonight's, benching, basically. I don't know where to go from here. I literally don't know where to go from here. And when he benched, it looks like the Bears have just given up on him. The Bears have given up on Trubisky. They showed Ryan Pace in the booth, and Ryan Pace looked like he had his head down, too. The Bears' entire organization has lost faith in Trubisky. They have finally lost faith in Trubisky. And if he somehow is playing next week against New York in Chicago, I don't know, dude. I don't know. If you take him out with 3 minutes left to go in the Rams game, you cannot put him back on the field. And if the Bears have the audacity to put him back on the field next week, oh my goodness, I literally might not make a recap video next week. I literally probably won't make a recap video. I might just turn my TV up and not even watch the game. Because if you bench somebody, that means you need to bench him for the rest of the year. And Trubisky needs to be benched for the rest of the year. One draft picked. And guess what? This might set us back decades. We don't have a first round draft pick. So, as much as the next guy, if we had a first round draft pick, I would love to get Joe Burrow right now, because he's right now the best college quarterback in the league in college football right now. The only way the Bears would probably get a first round draft pick is if they actually trade Khalil Mack for somebody. But I highly doubt they'll do that, because that would be idiotic. Why trade first round draft picks for that guy, only to give him up, 2 years later, because you need a first round draft pick. The Bears just didn't take notes from what the Bulls did. Instead of drafting the guy, the Bears basically drafted the equivalent of Sam Bowie. And what I mean by that, just the draft choice. The Bulls, the Bears obviously didn't take notes from the Bulls. When the Bulls drafted Michael Jordan, who was by far the better player than Sam Bowie, the Bears messed up, and they missed on basically the 2017 version of Michael Jordan in the draft, and they chose the Sam Bowie chose. Had talent, was good, but at the same time, why? I go back to 2017, and I wondered, how the hell did Trubisky get all this hype out of nowhere? And I think if Trubisky never got that hype out of nowhere, the Bears might have actually traded up and got Deshaun Watson. To say that Mitchell Trubisky was probably by far the worst quarterback of the last two draft classes. The only other quarterback that has been by far as bad as Trubisky has been Baker. To the fact that, Lamar Jackson is playing on a much better level than him. Patrick Mahomes, you know, Sam Darnold's had his struggles, but sometimes he looks good here and there. Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson. I could list all the other young quarterbacks this league that come in the league and actually, have some sort of impact and do something well for their team and actually sometimes stay consistent. And the Bears had a chance to, have that, and they messed up. And that's on Ryan Pace. That's on Ryan Pace. Ryan Pace at the end of the year needs to own up to his mistake and says, I made a mistake in drafting Mitchell Trubisky. Great kid, good play, good player. But I messed up on drafting him. I should have taken the better choice at the time. For Trubisky, for him, it's sad to see. But it's time. I didn't want to see him on the field anymore. I saw enough of him. It was time for him to go. It is. If he's somehow on this Bears roster, or if he somehow is playing next week, I don't know. I swear, the city might boo / lose complete trust in this team. If not tonight, the city might have lost complete trust in this team already, because now every Bears fans, every Bears fans, one thing they're saying is this: the one thing they have is a question mark above their head, and they're like, where do we go from here? Because we literally don't know. As for Matt Nagy, I don't know what possessed him to bench Trubisky that late in the game. And more importantly, why bench him now? If you're going to bench him, you should have benched him at the end of the half. Or you should have benched him after the first half to prove a point. Why bench him with 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter when the game's already done? Why not bench him after the first half is over? That makes no sense. And at the same time, you could have benched him any other game before this game. But you want to bench him with 3 minutes? And I know if some of you guys have been watching my videos saying, the Bears need to bench Trubisky. And you're saying, well, you're getting what you wanted. The Bears bench Trubisky. But why do it within 3 minutes of the game? Why not give him one more game against the Giants to see if he's got something? And then if there's nothing else, then bench him. But no, I'm going to give a critique to Matt Nagy on this point. Yes, you can blame Trubisky, but you got to blame Matt Nagy on this one too. Why bench your former starting quarterback? The quarterback the team took up to draft. Why bench him with 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter game? Even though after the Rams scored the touchdown, yeah, your season's done. Why do that now? Why not do that at the end of the half, or at the end of the first half? Or why not do that at some point in the New York Giants game? If he wasn't playing all that well. That's my question. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Matt Nagy answers that question. If that question has already been asked. I bet you it already has been asked. 12 minutes ago he was at the podium. Matt Nagy's probably not going to say nothing about it. But we'll probably get an update by next week saying that Trubisky won't start next week against the New York Giants. In my opinion, if you want to get my opinion, do I think Trubisky's benched? Yes. If Mitchell Trubisky did not play the last 3 minutes of that game, he should not be playing next week against the Giants. Chase Daniels should just finish out the year with the Bears. And, just move on from Trubisky. Just move on from Trubisky. And, pick up a veteran quarterback, whether it's Cam Newton, Teddy Bridgewater, Marcus Mariota, any other veteran quarterback on the free market. And then go into the draft a quarterback. Whether somehow, Burrow or Herbert, which I think are the best two quarterbacks in the draft, going into this year's draft, are still on the board, I highly doubt Burrow will still be on the board. But if Herbert's still on the board, your first pick in the second round should be a quarterback. Should be a quarterback. And this time, Ryan Pace cannot mess up. I think going to the draft for next year, Ryan Pace has to, and I mean has to take the best available quarterback on the market. You cannot trade for, a quarterback that's not the best available. If you go something lower than that, I don't know. I don't know. Ryan Pace messed up on not choosing the best available quarterback in 2017. You need to choose the best available quarterback this upcoming draft. Because if you don't, I'm saying the Bears are going to be, this thing is going to send us back 5 to 10 years. There are 5 years. If Ryan Pace cannot get the quarterback thing down and another drafted quarterback comes in and not to be just literally a game managing type of quarterback, that's all we're asking for. A quarterback that can just get first downs when needed and play well enough to win games. That's all we're asking as Bears fans. Just a competent quarterback. And have competent quarterback play. We don't need to have an all-star like a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers, or a Patrick Mahomes. We just want competent quarterback play where we're not pulling our hair out because we're frustrated at the quarterback position. That's all I'm asking for. And if Ryan Pace can't get it right, he'll have sent us back decades. Decades. This defense doesn't have decades. Khalil Mack doesn't have decades. We're going to be in the same position we were in 4 or 5 years ago, where we had non-existent offense / an average to below average defense. Those years were terrible. By far one of the worst Bears teams, to ever see on the field. It's just depressing how this, season has went. The 100th season of the Chicago Bears, and it turns out to be one of the worst seasons in Bears history. To end off this video, Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace, and everybody on that damn team needs to apologize to all the Bears fans. I'm not even joking. They need to go out, all of them have a press conference, and apologize for that shit we saw on the field this year. Literally. They promised us saying that that they would be better. They promised us by saying we would exceed expectations. For what? To watch a 4-6 team? See this crap on the field? No. We Bear fans deserve an apology for all that crap. Everybody, all the Bears fans in Chicago or anywhere else in the United States, or anywhere else in the world for matter part, deserves an apology from everybody. Morally, deserves an apology from Ryan Pace for messing up the draft pick on Mitchell Trubisky. One of my traditions to do almost every Sunday is to wear a Bears jersey. I think I'm going to stop that for the remainder of the year. Because I have no words. I can't find a reason to support this team anymore because they're bad play. I'll still watch them, yes, but I'm not going to do anything. And the crazy thing, one of the things I was actually upset about was probably the referees. And this is literally my last thing. I just got to say this. The referees were blind today. They missed like 20 holding calls this entire game on the Rams offensive line. That's all I just got to say. But other than that, I'm kind of done wearing my Bears jersey for the rest of the year. I kind of clocked out from this team. This team underachieved. Or, no, not underachieved. They underperformed, and they were bad this year. You know what? They kind of deserve it. They were a little cocky. They a little thought too high of themselves. You know, I just got to say they deserve it. This is what happened. This is how you can tell what is a good team and what is a bad team. Dare I say, I'm not saying last year's team was a fluke. It was just problems this year that came up and never got fixed. Never. And yes, I'm looking at the offensive side of the ball. Never got fixed. Offense has played literally the same exact way from week 1 to now. And we're in like week 12 now, or going on to week 12. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna get out of here. If you want to get more Chicago Bears content, hit that subscribe button. And if you're subscribed, hit that bell. You'll get any updates to whatever I post on YouTube regarding Bears content. Also, leave a like on the video, as well as leave a comment. I would like to get a thoughts on you Bears fans, NFLs in general, to see what's your thoughts on the Trubisky benching. And I guess your thoughts on this season that we were promised as Bears fans, that we just weren't given. And I know I know I'm sounding like selfish and everything, but no. These guys having all these, big get-together stuff saying that, we're not going to fail you guys and stuff like that. We're going to be the team. We're going to even be better than last year. They didn't promise none of that stuff. I'd like to see the comments for that. Because like I said earlier in this video, this loss, as demoralizing as it is, it feels like this is the last. It feels like a loss that it should happen in week 17. Well, that's all I gotta say. So, other than that, I'll be making my week 12 preview against the New York Giants. And yeah, so other than that, this has been Cam for 15. It's 12 a.m. here on the East Coast, and I'm going to get out of here because I got a long day tomorrow, and I got to prep for a good week so I can get home back to California. So, till then, guys. Till then, Bears fans. Catch you guys later. See you guys on the next video.